everyone, and welcome back to another vlog. If you haven't been watching, I am currently here in Montevideo in Uruguay, which is where me and Ali are currently living and will be for the foreseeable future, who knows when. But yeah, I thought I'd just start a vlog because I've been meaning to do kind of at least one every week as like a little update, but I didn't think this video would be coronavirus themed, but maybe it will be now. It is, what have we got? It's like Wednesday the 18th, I think. Where's my phone? I think it's, yeah, Wednesday the 18th of March. And yeah, until last week, Uruguay was completely coronavirus free. We were one of the, I think, 3 countries of like the Americas that didn't have a single case. But then last week, that we on the same day, there was like 3 people diagnosed. I don't know what the current numbers are, but I will look it up in a second. But the country, like, I'm both impressed and annoyed at how fast they're acting on this. Like, it's very impressive how quickly they've like locked down on it and are like enforcing, well, not necessarily like rules, but yeah, how quickly they've kind of acted to contain it. As of like yesterday, we went into the city to sort out like an ID card for Alejandro, because everyone here needs like this cedula. I probably completely butchered the name. I think it just means like ID. But yeah, he needed one of those and he needed to get updated, and he had an appointment on Tuesday, but like as of literally that same morning, they decided to like close all offices. So we ended up getting it anyway, but they like closed all offices that weren't for like urgent appointments. But luckily his was urgent, because we were living here and we didn't have this card thing, which you basically need to open a bank account to do like all these kinds of things. We don't have Wi-Fi in the apartment yet, so while being quarantined isn't the end of the world, we didn't have a TV, we didn't have Wi-Fi, we have a bed, we have kitchen appliances, but we didn't have a table. We now do have a TV. Another update, we bought this yesterday, so we ended up getting his ID card yesterday. We went to sort out our Wi-Fi plan, but they can't set it up until next Tuesday. So we paid for it and done the contract and all that, but it's not going to get installed until next Tuesday. I mean, fingers crossed that like no more, either the whole city doesn't go on lockdown, in which case we won't be able to do that. But we do have a TV, so we can like watch stuff now. We have hung up some fairy lights above the bed. I might just turn those on and show you quickly, like above the windows and along that wall. So we now have fairy lights. But yeah, so what else has happened? We then tried to go to the shops this morning just to get like a few little things, because we'd heard that they were trying to enforce a curfew of like 8 p.m. to like not let people out of the house, not let them, but just to suggest basically that people stay inside after 8 p.m. because if you crack down on like partying, maybe it'll spread slower or something like that. And then we went out this morning. We've been trying to only go out when we really need things. We just had like a few grocery items that we needed. Well, I mean, we have enough food to like survive and all that, but like we wanted like a few extra bits and pieces. So we were like, oh, we'll just walk to the shops. We figured walking is probably better, even in this like dreary weather. It's been raining a lot too, so I love that. But we thought walking is probably even safer than getting an Uber, because then you're like in close proximity to another person and you don't know who else has been in the Uber and all that. So we walked there, but then they're all closed. So yesterday the shops were still open, but today closed. Only like the whole shopping mall was closed. Only the pharmacy was still open. So they had like a security man at the gate or at the doors, not letting anyone in unless you were going to the pharmacy. Pretty much everyone is staying indoors. All the schools are closed. They've been closed since like Friday, I think. A lot of people are staying home from work. When we went to Antel, which is like the big cell phone and like Wi-Fi company, they had like only half the staff on. The store was almost empty. They had like, again, security at the door. So it's just been kind of a lot, but we luckily on the way home we did come across like a little independent, like a lot of the independent grocery stores and like small ones are still open at the corner stores, so that's really lucky. And we happened to take a different like route home than normal accidentally, and found like a gourmet little store that sells literally like everything we needed. Like they have like vegan goods, gluten-free stuff. They were sold out of tofu until next week, but like that's okay. That was one of the things on the list that we wanted to get. But of course I'm vegan. Ali eats gluten-free most of the time. We're trying to be better at that while we're here. So yeah, I'll show you what we got quickly, but that's sort of like a little coronavirus update, I guess. We're totally fine. We've actually been here tomorrow will be 14 days. So on one of our flights over here, there was a man sitting like on our same row but a few seats away, and he was like coughing up a storm, and we were like, shit, like what happens if he's got coronavirus and then he's just like coughing in like it sounded like he was coughing up a lung the whole way from Sao Paulo, not even Sao Paulo, it was from Angola to Sao Paulo airport in Brazil. So it was like one of the longest flights, like 8 something hours, and he was just like coughing the whole time. So I mean, I'm pretty sure we don't have it. We both feel fine, other than like a bit tired and whatnot. But oh, another little update out here. We have done a little bit more decorating. We ended up hanging this up on this wall. There's actually the window behind it, but as you can see, there's like no light coming through because it's such, I mean, we never get light through here even on the sunny days, so why not just hang this up and pretend that it's like a wall. I feel like it looks a lot. Ooh, just stepped on our dustpan, but I feel like it actually looks a lot lighter in here than having the curtains up, because then you can kind of see that it's like dark outside. So we did have these same curtains on both windows, but you really, because we're on the ground floor, like only probably from like halfway, and it's 9, or actually no, the penthouse is floor 9, but they have like a double story, so I feel like it's actually 10 stories. So maybe from like level 6 and up, you can actually get some light through these back windows. But what did we manage to get? Oh yeah, this table is just a loan from Ali's grandma. Oh, it's ours forever now?
It is. Officially. Acceptably ours.
Okay.
Never.
It's definitely better than not having a table, because before we just had that little coffee table, but we obviously had to put the TV on that when we got the TV yesterday. So then I was like, shit, I'm not gonna have any table.
Which I'm really glad we did, because if all the shopping centers are closed.
Oh yeah, I'm glad we got that yesterday, because otherwise like we'd be on lockdown.
And I mean, it literally, as we were walking into the store, we asked the dude, and he was like, no. And then like, he was like, oh, actually wait. They brought the truck in as we were asking the guy. Yeah, so we tried to get the TV a few days ago, but they were out of stock. They're like, I'll come back one Monday or Tuesday. We went Monday, they didn't have it. We went back Tuesday, and like you said, they were like literally like the delivery was getting accepted as we walked into the store. But so I now have a little desk. We're obviously not going to keep this forever. I want like a proper desk and to put shelves up on things, but it's good for the meantime. And we have these like tiny little stools, but it's not that bad, and it means I'm actually at perfect height for my laptop, so it's not the end of the world. I've been putting up these as well as like my other little decoration bit, these Polaroids, but I'm run out of Polaroid film, which is one of the things we were going to the store today. Which is one of my problems, because that's something we shouldn't go yesterday, and we shouldn't get the expensive one, even though they're 2 times more expensive as the ones in the other shopping. But then we went today to go buy them, specifically to go buy them. And then the whole mall is closed, but that's okay. We do have, we managed to get water today. So what else did you get these at? The Colonial. La Colonial. Our little like store literally on our very corner has gluten-free pasta, which is amazing, because we looked around in a lot of the supermarkets, like the big supermarkets, and couldn't find it. If we had Wi-Fi, it would honestly be perfect. Like, we don't need to leave the house for anything, but we don't have Wi-Fi. So I have to like hotspot my phone. That the vegan and gluten-free store that we just went to delivers.
It's nice to know that they can deliver food. They had like dried legumes and things, which we actually didn't get any of, but we can always go back, because I think they're planning on staying open. They didn't mention anything about closing.
No, they did. I asked her, and she said that for now, since it hasn't been like an official, like the major businesses, like the shopping malls and stuff, fine, because that's a shitload of people. That's
and they're all in, like going through the same doors and things like that.
And touching the same handles and stuff.
But so, the independent stores are still
especially like Punta Caretas, because Punta Caretas is not a rotating door, and the door's gonna stay open. You have to physically open the door with your hand, and that's just transferable shit. And no, it's great. Like everything's, it's good to see that Uruguay is like gone, well, fuck it, we're not gonna end up like Italy and stuff. We're gonna
exactly. I'm really impressed that they've gotten on it. Like I said, I don't know how many cases there are as of today, but the first cases were only like a few days ago, and they're already like
probably like hit max like 50 cases officially of people like actually knowing, and Uruguay's already just gone, okay, fuck it.
Yeah, because there's no rules that like people can't leave the house or go outside. A lot of workplaces have closed, the schools have closed, and a lot of workforces have like severely decreased the amount of people they have. But there's like on just normal people, they're not saying don't go outside, don't do this, don't do that. They're just saying, you know, restrict if you can.
Well, which is also one of the reasons we I wanted to get the TV because we also don't have a way, like if our
watching
internet,
the news.
Yeah, if our internet on our phones dies out, then we've got actual no communication with the outside world.
Yeah, the news isn't really helpful for me, unfortunately, because I speak a little Spanish, but not fast enough to understand what they're saying on the news.
Yeah, so when the world is going into apocalypse, I can lie to her and say that it's fine.
Yeah. The Dettol's here.
The Dettol?
Yeah, Espanol, Dettol. Dettol, Espanol.
Dettol Español?
No, Espandol.
Oh, Español. Huh?
It's just like I put our little decorations up here. But I can't actually reach up on these shelves without the stool, so I think we might as well just put like decorative things up here, and then like here we're just currently, I mean, we're looking at getting better storage solutions, but for now.
Well, I want to put up hooks. Someone says that hooks make a kitchen look tacky.
Well, they just can look ugly, but if you do it right.
If we make them right and we level them up.
How do you do a grocery haul, okay? Can we not debate on the hooks?
We're not debating, we are having a communication discussion. Communicable discussion. Communicable is a disease, my bad. Alright, I'll be back.
Okay.
We have fun showing off how much. Hey, actually, don't show the internet how much water we have. If like, and toilet paper.
We don't have that much.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, keep saying that. Lie to them.
Piss off!
But the internet.
Go! I love you. Now piss off.
Okay.
Okay, love you. Bye.
Love you.
Love you too. Bye. I said love you before you said love you.
What?
Just piss off. Go! Okay, so I appear to have fixed the lighting situation for now, but I just wanted to quickly show you some of the things we got. Yes, we had to top up our phone data, so we went to a little store after the vegan store. So we just got like some more chips and some Coke, which no is not the healthiest choice, and I'm trying to cut back on how much Coke we're drinking. It's the no sugar, or sin azúcar as they call it here, the no sugar one, but still, like, obviously it's not necessary and not healthy. But what else did we get? We have 2 tubs of like water back here, because the taps here aren't great, but obviously worst case scenario, if they do tell us not to go outside and we run out, we can just boil water and chill it down, like it's not that big of a deal. But then at the vegan, I think it's called Delicious. I had a little thing actually. Here we go. Yeah, Delish Shop. Deli Shop is probably what it's called, but they gave me a little magnet. I can't believe I tried to call it Delish Shop. Anyway, Deli Shop. If you live in Uruguay, or in Montevideo specifically, and you need gluten-free or vegan things, highly recommend. We got some like egg replacer. I think this is like the no egg, but a little bit differently, because you can use it to make scrambled eggs as well. But they did say that they're fine for baking, because we have like a gluten-free cupcake mix. So now we'll be able to make them vegan as well. We haven't bought eggs since we've been here. So because Ali normally eats eggs, but he's trying to be more plant-based now that we're here. He does have like a little bit of meat in the fridge, but like only like little bits, and so most of the time, like anytime I cook, obviously it's all vegan. So we also got some vegan slices. Fetters, I believe, is what it means, slices. So I got them in this flavor, whatever that is. I think it's, yeah, the cheddar flavor. We got some cashews, because they're great just for snacks or for like putting in stir fries and things. I should actually put the cold stuff away immediately. They had like the Beyond Beef stuff too, and we had bought this from one of the other supermarkets, the bigger ones, but again, they're closed at the moment, or for a while. So I got another pack of the Beyond Beef. We've got one in the freezer already. And then of the sausages, we haven't tried these yet. At first, the Beyond Beef products really freaked me out. I don't like anything that tastes too real, but while we were in South Africa, I kind of just got used to it, because that was like the only vegan products they had were like the really meaty tasting ones, because we went from Australia to South Africa to then Uruguay, and Uruguay and South Africa are both very like high meat populations. Like we love meat is everything, blah blah blah, which to an extent Australia is too, but because it's such like a Western country, there's also like a lot of vegans. So it's like the typical Aussies are like, you know, snags and the Barbie, like meat, and then there's the vegans who have like a lot of vegan products too. So yeah, so we got Beyond Beef sausages. I also got some frozen blueberries. I feel like these were kind of expensive, but again, like I'm not gonna eat them all at one go or anything. And these are all products that, well, the blueberries I used to have all the time in my porridge, like in my oats, like back home. So it'll be nice to have some blueberries. So they also have like a salad bar thing. So this one is Ali's because I think the one on top has actually got chicken in it, but there's like some gluten-free pesto pasta and then some like chicken curry type thing. And this one is mine. So I got like, it might be brown rice in this one, and then like it's just basically legumes and grains in mine. So those will be for lunch. Also, we grabbed some wine because we were I finished our last thing of wine yesterday, and it's nice to know that this one is actually, like, it has on here the little V, so I'm assuming that means that it is vegan and not produced with any animal products, which a lot of wines are. If you weren't aware, they use either milk and or eggs to refine it, or they filter it through fish bladders. Fun facts, a lot of wines do gross things in the processing, but this one is, I'm pretty sure, vegan. Because not everything at the store is vegan or gluten-free, but they just have a lot of options, so that will be great for tonight. We also have like a lot of, we bought these bags at Tiana Inglesa, which is like one of the main supermarkets we've been going to, and I just keep them inside this, which we got given in South Africa from his parents. But I also have these like produce bags that I brought from Australia. I bought them in like a $2 store, honestly, but I love them. We have some at home. Like my mum has a bunch of these that she uses all the time for the grocery shop, so I was like, I want some for me too. And then I was weirdly really nervous about using them here. I think just because if anyone had asked me like, what is that? I wouldn't have known how to explain it in Spanish, and like I wasn't sure if we were like allowed to use them, but I was like, yeah, weirdly nervous about it, but went through, everything was fine. My little stickers on it weighed that my produce all was good. But then we got to the checkout, and the lady who checked us out was actually like, she said what a great idea it was, and it was really like in Spanish, obviously. She was like, oh, es bonita, oh not bonita, what did she say? Bonita means pretty, so it wasn't that. But it was like, she basically said what a marvelous idea, like that's great. So, you know, do what you believe in, don't just try and conform to what everyone else is doing around you, because here they're not really that big into recycling or like at all. I might do a video on that another time when I kind of work it out a bit better, but you pretty much just put all of your stuff in the same dumpsters outside, and then someone comes along in like a horse-drawn cart, which I have feelings about already because it's a horse-drawn cart, but anyway, so they can come through, sort through the bins and take out some recyclable things and like take them away. So it's just very, like, back in my house in South Australia, we had an 8-bin system where we separated out everything. We had compost that was chicken friendly. We had recycling, 10-cent recycling, which is like cans and bottles and things, because you can get money back for those, 10 cents each. We then had our garbage, we had our coffee grounds, and we had coffee pods separately because you have to take them back to a certain drop-off place to recycle them. Anyway, essentially we're very big into recycling, and here it's gonna be more difficult. So I need to work out, if you're from Uruguay, I mean, maybe you're watching this, who knows, please let me know what you do about recycling and how that all works. I also want to look at getting like subtitles up for my videos in Spanish, so that hopefully I can like broaden the amount of people that can watch my videos. So if you personally can speak English and Spanish and you want to add subtitles to any of my videos, please let me know. I would love that. But yeah, a little coronavirus / grocery haul update. But I feel like I've accidentally been talking for like a long time already, so I'm gonna try and just like stop for a little while and maybe update you again later on. But let me know in the comments down below where you are from or where you're living right now and what the situation there is. Obviously things right here are not super like crazy and scary right now or anything, but they're just taking a lot of precautions to try and like nip it in the bud before it spreads, which again is great. It's just very inconvenient in the meantime, but I just, yeah, we just gotta keep it on, stay inside, stay safe, wash your hands, and be smart about it.